Hello class, so today we're going to be going over the grand conversation strategy. So our standard for today, our standard for the physically literate individual exhibits responsible personal and social behavior that respects self and others. And then our language arts standard is prepare for and participate effectively in a range of conversations and collaborations with diverse partners, building on others' ideas and expressing their own clearly and persuasively. So what the strategy is. This strategy is very good for you guys to gather new information about a text, ask questions, and really engage with the test. Find things that are interesting to you, things that don't make sense with you, and then collaborate with each other to find the answers to these things and build off each other's ideas. So how the strategy works is you guys are going to have 4 cards, a W, an N, and a P, and an S card. And we're going to read about 3 paragraphs. And after we read about 3 paragraphs, you guys are going to hold up a particular card based on what you noticed in the reading. So the first card is the W, which is the I wonder card. Students use this you guys will use this when you have a question about something you read, something doesn't make sense to you. Then there's the N card, which is the I notice card. You guys will use this when something stood out to you or looked interesting to you, something you had never heard of. You'll hold up that card and share that with the class. Then there's the P card, the prior knowledge card. You'll use this when you have any prior knowledge about a topic. So if you've experienced what we're talking about, or if you've learned this before, you can hold up that card and share it with the class. Then there's the S card, which is the spark card. You'll use this when someone else in the class says something that makes you think of something related to the text. So if you have something, if a classmate says something that you're like, oh, I've experienced that too, you can share that as well and share your experience by holding up the S card. So I'm going to show you guys how the strategy works. So let's say we're reading and I read this passage. Some conditions such as cerebral palsy increase the difficulty in eating, thus leading to underweight, but others such as Down syndrome may contribute to overeating and overweight or obesity. So let's say once the teacher stops, once we stop reading, I'm going to hold up the I wonder card, the W card, and say, I don't know what cerebral palsy is. So the students, other students, and the teacher as well can share with me what cerebral palsy is and what exactly it does and how it affects the body. Now, let's say we continue on reading. Nearly 20% of all children and adolescents have a chronic condition or disability, and the levels of participation in recreational or school and sport and physical activity programs are much lower than their non-disabled counterparts. So for this, I'm going to hold up the N card, the I notice card. I learned something interesting. I never knew that 20% of all children and adolescents had a chronic condition or disability. That was something that was surprising to me, something that stood out to me. So I'm going to hold up the I notice card and share that with the class. Then the third, let's say we continue on reading and we get to, unfortunately, children and youth with special needs are often overlooked or systematically excluded when school physical activities are planned and implemented. For this, I'm going to hold up the P card, the prior knowledge card. I've had prior experience, or the prior experience card, either one. I'm going to hold this up and share that I've had prior experience with this, as I had a student with a disability where he was missing an arm in my class, and when we were playing dodgeball, he had to go sit out on the bleachers. I'm going to share that with the class because that's a prior experience of mine. Now let's say that somebody else, after I say that, somebody else has also experienced that or has seen that happen. They're going to hold up the S card, the spark card, and share their experience because what I said sparked their interest and sparked their previous experiences. So they're going to they're going to hold up the S card and share their experience with that as well. And this is just something that we'll continue to do every 3 to 4 paragraphs. Every 3 to 4 paragraphs, we'll just try to find things that stand out to us, and we'll hold up the 4 different types of cards to share with the class and collaborate with each other and share each other's ideas and build on our knowledge.